Hello, this is Mahlena Ray Johnson with For Nerdy Girls with Mahlena Ray Johnson. That's me. Okay, so we are doing the next letter in our networking series, which is I Hate Networking, the ABCs of How to Make Friends in Business. B is for Be Yourself. So, who am I again? I'm Mahlena Ray Johnson, and I went to Loyola Marymount University for film school. I went to the University of Southern California for business school, where I got my MBA in marketing, entertainment, and entrepreneurship. And I'm working on my fourth book, Love It a Luau, which is about a refugee suffering from PTSD who was scared to fall in love with a single dad. And over the past 10 years, I've done hundreds of coffee chats and informational interviews. So I'm immensely qualified to help you with your networking skills. All right, so B, again, is for Be Yourself. So lots of people say this, just be yourself and everything will work out. Well, I'm here to tell you that one, being yourself is really important, but two, everything won't always work out the way that you think it will. So I'll give you, or for instance, we'll talk about a networking event. You're going to a mixer. Maybe you're meeting people in your field of engineers, or you're meeting people who like knitting, or you're meeting people who all went to the same school as you. So you're being yourself. You're still feeling awkward because you don't know all these people, or maybe you know some of the people, but they're not talking to you, whatever. You could try to be someone else and pretend that you're a completely different person. Maybe you adopt a persona, or maybe you just don't talk about something that you really enjoy talking about. What's going to happen is you're going to attract the wrong people to you. So being someone else might attract a lot of people to you, but once they figure out who you really are, they're probably not going to want to hang around with you anyway. The other thing is that if you're being fake, you're going to attract fake people. So if you don't want to be attracted to, if you don't want to attract fake people or people who are pretending to be something that they're not, then you can't be something that you're not. You need to be yourself. Now, being yourself does not mean telling everything about you to everyone. You're going to be honest about who you are and what you do in strategic ways. So if you find someone that you see you don't know, you start to talk, you feel more comfortable with them, you could share something that you like to do and see if maybe they enjoy it. So one thing I like to tell people is that I have a TV or movie reference for every occasion. Now, some people are like, what? And then I tell them, and then they're like, oh, that's weird. Or sometimes they're like, oh yeah, such and such was in that show. I liked it. Or I heard about it, but I never watched it. And then you can talk about what they're interested in based on what you just told them. So this means that you're going to take some risks. These are not huge risks. You don't have to talk about every aspect of your life, or hope that you say something that's specific to you and see what happens. Sometimes you should do that. You should do that. You should say something specific about you that is related to the conversation that you're having and see what happens. People aren't going to freak out if you say something that is related in conversation that makes sense. So don't worry so much about saying the wrong thing. Think about something that you enjoy and that makes sense in the conversation to share, and see what the other person says. So this also goes for networking online. So I mentioned going to events that involve people at the same school, the same industry, the same outside interests, but you should also look for those types of groups online. So I mentioned Facebook because we're on Facebook, but you can also look for similar types of chats and groups on LinkedIn. You can look for similar chats on Twitter. You can look for similar hashtags on Instagram. You can look for similar pins on Pinterest. So there's a variety of ways to connect with people who are who share something in common with you. And once you have that one thing in common, you can build on another commonality. So, for instance, let's say that you are in a Twitter chat and it's for people who are, well, people who are creatives in, and let's see, in people who are graphic designers in the book industry. So you're all graphic designers, or you are somehow related to graphic designing. Maybe some of the people are authors, some of the people are publishers, some of the people are editors. You're all talking about the publishing industry and how graphic design plays a part. Now, someone may say, here's a cover that I did, here's how I feel about this, and that really resonates with you. Let them know that, because each person who is participating wants someone to participate with them. They want someone to interact with. So if you see something scrolling by that really catches your fancy, you may not know exactly what to say about it, but you could give it a thumbs up or say, hey, I'd love to learn more about what you do. Or, hey, that's so cool, I thought the same thing. Or even, here's something similar that I did. So you're looking for ways in groups that you already know that you have something in common with someone else to interact with them and share another commonality that you have between the two of you. So again, if you're being yourself, this will attract the people to you who have similar interests, similar mindset, or similar goals. It's not necessarily going to attract people who look exactly like you and are doing the exact same thing. You're looking for people who can both mirror you and complement you. So people who have similarities and people who can fill in the gaps between your skills. So again, whether you're networking in person or online, I always want you to be yourself. Recognize that you've chosen this group to interact with for a reason, and look for commonalities that you share with other people so that you can start to build connections and build relationships and make friends in business. So if you have comments or questions about this, please leave a comment if you're on Facebook, or you can email me at fornerdygirls@gmail.com. And if you watch this video and you say, oh my gosh, I really want to connect with Mahlena and see how I can make this communication thing and networking thing even easier, then please email me at fornerdygirls@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, and thanks for the love.